So I was thinking about wearing a little makeup today, but I thought, this is me. And if I start this thing trying to be somebody that I'm not. And I always feel like I have to preface everything I say now with something, because everybody wants to be their own person, and that's fine. I'm not saying makeup is bad. I love makeup. I wear makeup all the time. It's just I'm not going to wake up. I just wake up, but it's still pretty early in the morning, and I didn't feel like putting makeup on. So I think that's okay. This is me. I have blemishes. I'm starting to get a little wrinkly crinkly, and I have to be okay with that because I'm getting older, and that's just how life is. So I hope I don't look too busted, and if I do, it is what it is. Also, I hope you can hear me. I'm outside, so you can probably hear the water. It's been pretty smoky in California, well, all of West Coast. So if anybody's affected by the fires right now, I pray for you. This is a very scary time because sometimes you look into the sky, you look up at the sky, and I just feel for all the people who have to be evacuated, having their property damaged, those poor animals that are being killed because of the fire. It's just a crazy time right now. So I pray for everyone, and hopefully this could be managed very quickly, because that's the last thing we need is more destruction and damage. So what I wanted to talk to you today is something that I have been thinking about a lot, something that has been holding me back, because I had this belief. And this belief is oversaturation right now of social media, especially YouTube, Instagram. You feel like you're just going to be a little, fish in the sea of, other influencers who are doing much better than you. And that kind of gives you this feeling that you're not going to be able to stand out, or nobody's going to notice you because there's just too many people. And although that may be true, this is even more an opportunity for you to be yourself and stand out, because people will gravitate to somebody new because they like them. I know there's a lot of major YouTubers that get their views because they're involved with negative things, or people just like to watch other people struggle. Like, I think we need to start shifting that. There's a lot of channels that all they do is criticize other channels and other people, and I think that really sets us up for failure, because then a lot more people are going to want to start emulating that. And the last thing we need right now is for people to dig up more negative stuff about people. So you could be that shift, that change, and I'm going to be doing something different. I'm going to be doing something positive. I'm going to be doing something that lifts people up instead of breaking them down. Because although some people may seem confident and they say that this doesn't bother them, we're all human. Anything negative, it's going to bother us. We have feelings, we have emotions, and I don't care how much confidence you exhume and you portray out to the world. That's good, but it still affects us. So let's be part of that positive shift. So don't let the idea that everything is oversaturated, don't let that make you feel like you can't start. And I don't want to get into what it is that I do, what I'm doing right now professionally, but I swear this all ties in to why I'm making these videos, because I don't want to label myself as, this, life coach, or like this life expert, or this motivational speaker, because, I don't know, I just don't think that I am. But what I do in my professional life, my personal life, just really pushes me to want to do this, because I think by the time people realize what it is that they want to do, it's too late, or they think it's too late, or they have a lot of regret later on in life. And like I said before, we shouldn't be living with regret. You just have to believe in yourself and just start. So I want to start by saying there is nothing wrong with failure. Failure is what allows us to recognize what it is that we need to work on. And it also, failing shouldn't be looked at as something negative, because failing means that at least you tried. Having not tried at all, that's the worst thing that you can do, because you're not going to be able to know if you were going to be able to be successful or not, because you never started. So how are you going to know? And also, failing just means that you're trying to progress. And if you're not failing, you're not trying to progress. And I think that's part of what makes life beautiful, is just continuing to improve upon yourself. So failing should not be looked at as negatively. Failing just means that you're trying. And you can fail. I'm sure we can look at all the major companies when they first started. I'm sure there was a lot of trial and error and failure. But you know what? That's how you know what works, what doesn't work. Right now, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm testing out the water. I'm seeing what works. Not everything is going to be, perfect. I know. I keep saying, and that's one of the things that I'm doing this, is because I need to improve upon the way that I use my words. I use a lot of filler words, and I don't notice it when I'm talking to somebody, but when I look back at at these videos, I notice it. So this is a way for me to not only spread a message, but also I'm improving on myself, because that's just something about me that I like to change. I don't like saying, those are all filler words, and I'm trying to move past that. So, having talked about failure, if you're not failing, that means that you're not improving. And if you're living your life day to day, going through the same motions, waking up, checking your phone, going to work, coming home, eating dinner, watching TV, looking at the computer, going to sleep. If that's your daily routine every day, and if that's what you like, because a lot of us don't, we're okay with just doing, the basic stuff, and that is okay. But for some of us who feel like we are missing something, maybe we're feeling a little depression, a little anxiety, or you just feel tired all the time, that's the universe telling you, trying to wake you up and tell you need to be doing something else. And when you continue to have these feelings day after day after day after day, you go to your doctor, you tell them your symptoms, and all they have is just this little picture that you painted for them. And all they can offer you at that moment, if you go to your primary care physician, they're going to give you antidepressant. And I think that's very wrong of them, because I think people think that a doctor knows how to treat every single illness and symptom, but honestly, a lot of times they're kind of just giving you a prescription to get you out the door. Speaking to psychiatrists, somebody that you're seeing regularly, that knows your background, your history, they can at least give you some guidance as to other things that you could do besides taking medication. So don't think that taking a medication, antidepressant, is the answer, because sometimes we just want to mask a symptom, and what we really need to do is dive into why it is that we're feeling a certain thing. So reflecting on our life, why am I sad all the time? Is it my living situation? Is it my work? Is it my relationship? You know, all the things that you're involved in, and really figure out where this symptom is coming from. And then once you realize that, explore it. What can I do to change it? Because you can't expect something to make you feel better or for it to go away if you're not doing anything. Maybe you need to start eating better. Maybe you need to stop drinking alcohol. Maybe you need to start working out. Maybe you need to stop, you know, talking to a friend. You need to make adjustments in your life. And then from there, you analyze all the information after. How do you feel? Have you lost some weight? Does your skin look better because you stopped drinking alcohol? And then you realize, okay, so I had a positive effect or I had a negative effect. So you take that information and you adjust it. Are you starting to feel better? Okay, so continue on that path and keep going. Is it a relationship that maybe is stressing you out or giving you anxiety? Well, kind of step back a little bit. Is that making you feel better? So you're constantly adjusting that way. You set a plan. You evaluate the situation. You set a plan. You make that plan happen, and then you evaluate it after. I felt like somebody just threw something. I'm outside on this gorgeous day. I know I said it at the beginning of the video, but we've been cooped up inside the house because it's just been so smoky. And I just wanted to be outside today. It's a little humid, it's a little hot, but I needed to be outside and appreciate the day because it makes me feel good. So constantly reevaluating. And that's the only healthy way to really focus on what it is that you need to work on. Don't just automatically go to the pill or, you know, the drinking or the bad habits, because that just makes it worse. You're just hiding, you're just suppressing something, you're just putting a band-aid on something, and eventually it's going to catch up to you. And by then, it might be too late because you might be way too deep. So having said that, the reason I wanted to make this video is because if you're unsatisfied with something, if you're unhappy, if you're feeling like something is missing and you're thinking about doing something else, but you think that it's like I was talking about, it's oversaturated, it's all just in your head, and you're never gonna know if it's gonna work out unless you do it. Because saying that something is oversaturated and there's too many people doing it, there's too many people out there, well, you're already setting yourself up for failure. You always have to start by saying, I can do this. Or start by saying, it might not be easy, but let me just start. And once you do that, once you set those positive affirmations in motion, once you say it out into the universe, then go for it. You'll be surprised how just a little thing could make you feel better about starting something new. So I don't want you to start off by saying that it's not going to work out, because you don't know. First try, and then if it doesn't work out, you can say it didn't work out, but you have to try first. So I hope that helped out a little bit. I hope I'm encouraging you, because this is also helping me. This is giving me the motivation that I need, because I know that there's so many people that just are stuck in a rut. I see that with just the people around me. They just can't figure out what it is that they want to be doing. So I said before, you know, start by reading a book. Start eating, you know, more vegetables. Drink more water. If you do want a recommendation on a book and you don't want something that's like, you know, 1,000 pages and it's a very easy read, I would recommend The Alchemist. I've already read it. Well, I listened to the audio, and I just want to read it again because it was just such a nice, easy story to listen to and to read, and it has a lot of good points. So I encourage you just to do something different. Don't continue to do the same thing to expect different results. because you know that doesn't always work, or it doesn't work. So your plan for today, your goal is to do something different. Oh, also, if say you're driving and you are thinking about taking a new route, but you don't want to because maybe it's a little bit out of your way, but something's calling you to go a different route, take that route. Sometimes something as easy as taking a different way to work, a different way to, wherever it is that you're going, kind of puts you in that mindset, that thinking of, oh, let me start exploring more. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but I'm telling you, start with the little steps, start with the little things, and it'll turn into the big thing. Okay, guys, I want you to enjoy the day, drink plenty of water, and treat yourself kind. And yeah, I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.